I am Eduardo Missoni. I'm currently a professor at university, in more than one university, mainly at Bocconi University and its School of Management, but also at the public university Bicocca in Milano and the Geneva School of Diplomacy. I have a number of other heads in my volunteer time, in my extra time, where I am the president of the Indaba Network Global Youth Platform, and is in fact due to this commitment with youth that I was initially invited to the forum. In fact, when I was contacted by the forum, they were just starting the activity with youth, starting a youth forum. In fact, at the beginning they were starting a youth panel, and only on the following year they initiated the youth forum. And as I am also the former Secretary General to the World Organization of the Scout Movement, which is the largest youth movement in the world, I think this was of some interest for having an expert in youth issues. That's how I was contacted and how I came to participate in this forum in Rhodes. Yes, well, my connection with youth dates many years because I was myself in a youth movement, in the Scout movement, not knowing at that time that I would become the Secretary General to that organization some 30 years later. So I've been involved in many activities with youth at that time, and later on I've been very much at the local level at that time. As a young man myself, and later on as an educator, I've been involved at the local level. But my involvement as a professional in youth issues happens especially when I am headhunted to become the Secretary General to the World Organization of the Scout Movement. This was in 2004, and I remained in that position until 2007. And obviously this gave me the possibility to know that movement, but also many other linked youth movement and organizations at the world level, at the global level. This gave me the possibility to be in many different countries and verify on the field how young people commit to different and very important world issues. It's also how they react, how they organize, how they act. Let me say that youth appear, well, we cannot speak of youth as a uniform thing. I mean, youth, just like humanity, they represent all the possible diversity, different opinions, different cultural experience. So the unifying element today is that they communicate easily, and therefore that news spread, and they can therefore connect to do things together. On the other side, this fast communication sometimes does not give time to deepen in the issues. So sometimes we may have young people, and the same applies to older people, which are not well informed. I mean, they are in the big business of media. Today the media just work through the social networks, and we know that social networks have the ability to propose to people what they want to hear, and so they are also classified for purely marketing purposes. However, this leaves an open space, which is we can use those networks for for connecting, for linking strong interests. So today we have young people that know easily what is happening around the world, and they may or take distance or take action, but exactly as adult people. I generally say it's very difficult to separate young people as a homogeneous group from adults, from the rest of humanity. They are half of humanity, so they are part of the. If I should, very often we say, what is youth? What is a young person? Is it when it enters the legal age for participating in society, 18, 21? Is it when we define, I don't know, European Union, the programs for youth are up to 26? I mean, where is the limit? And in fact, this limit varies from culture to culture and from individual experience to individual experience. That's why I prefer to speak, rather than young people, I would prefer to speak of people who are in transition to adulthood. Because this is the period in life where you are just building who you really are and who you really will be as an adult person. And this is when I will start to form my family, when I will enter the job market, when I will have the possibility to express myself politically, but also involve myself in citizenship, active citizenship, and a number of other things. So really when I become an autonomous individual in society, capable and enabled to make my choices. And this period eventually moves depending on where you live. Today in Europe, and unfortunately very much in my country, in Italy, you have such an enormous unemployment, youth unemployment, limited opportunity for young people, that this transition extends, because these transitions are all interconnected. If you don't find a job, you cannot form a family. If you don't have a family and a job, you may not enter in the civic engagement, or you may not have that necessary status to be representative of other people, to be politically involved, for example, to play a role in society. So transition transition to adulthood, I would say, is what we can define the youth issue. I think that we have a tremendous opportunity in this connection, this interconnectedness. Globalization comes with many problems because it has somehow homogenized society. We say it has westernized society. We have the prevailing and very strong imposition, if you want, of a neoliberal thought. These are the negative aspects. But on the other side, globalization as interconnectedness has opened many doors and put young people in communication. They can travel, not all of them unfortunately, but many of them can travel easily, can interact easily. So this offers opportunities, offers intercultural opportunity, offers job opportunities, study opportunities, and just knowing each other. So this is an open door to build something else as compared to a society which is based on competitiveness, is very highly conflicting, is based on power, and instead I firmly believe that the or networking people may serve the ideas of solidarity, of cooperation, of building together a world which is made of more justice, social justice, economical justice, political open participation. And this, I think, every young man and young woman aspiration is to go in that direction. And this will help us to build a stronger society and a peaceful society.